Hi there, I'm Bastion. We're at Parachute Festival 2014 and I am lucky enough to be hanging out with Kye Kye. Oh my gosh! I legitimately, when we decided the interviews, this might be maybe scaring you guys a little bit, but the first band I wanted to put my name next to was you guys, because I have been loving, I actually only discovered Young Love last year. And as soon as I found it, that's been on rotation. And then there's the remix album, and then just as I discovered that, I hear you guys have a brand new album out. Like, when did that come out? Did that come out?
It just came out like
on the 21st. Yeah, so a couple days ago.
Do you have copies here at Parachute Festival?
Yes, we do. Yes,
All right, brilliant. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go and grab myself some. Although I heard apparently it is coming out on vinyl at some point.
Yes, it is. Yep.
All right.
Months for sure. Yep.
Now the first fact, and everyone I've heard of has said this to you, when you come to New Zealand, they say, do you guys realize that what your band name means here in New Zealand, Kye Kye? Have they told you?
It is food.
Yeah,
food.
And we like food, that's okay.
It's not bad.
So it works.
Yeah.
It works in New Zealand.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Does it mean anything in Estonian? Because I know there's some Estonian heritage.
Yeah. No, it's not actually. It doesn't have Estonian roots. It actually has Greek roots.
Okay.
So look it up.
I'll research it.
All right.
This is one thing. I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I did when I did research you. I heard Kye Kye was an Estonian band, and you turn up and you all have these American accents. How deep does the Estonian go?
It goes. I mean, I'm the oldest. Three of us are siblings right here, and then Olga's married to Tommy.
Awesome.
And
you
so,
married into the band?
Yeah. Tommy's the American. Yeah. Or Irish man. Yeah. But I was about 4 years old when we moved to the States from Estonia. Olga was about a year old or so, or not even. Yeah. And then Alex was born in California. So I mean, that's about as far as it goes. I mean, we were really young, so I mean, accents kind of. They're not there for the most part.
Their parents have a heavy accent.
Yes, our parents definitely do. Yeah, so it's very thick and.
Are you trained in Estonian culture? Are there like meals? You go back, you do the.
I mean,
I imagine it would be broths or something.
No, actually, surprisingly, there's a lot of beats.
Okay.
And then we were really surprised to see that you guys have beats and everything here.
Yeah, we first
in the burger.
we went to.
You guys call it beetroot.
Beetroot, yeah,
yes.
beetroot.
Beetroot.
Yeah.
The first guy we talked to, he's like, beats, like drum beats?
Like
beetroot, yeah.
beetroots.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I like that because you guys are like, us Estonians, we're into our beats, and it works with the music, I think, as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Beats.
I mean, that for me, that's something that you guys have an extremely unique sound in the Christian music scene. I mean, I don't know if you would even say that's what you're a part of, but I guess it's quite a crossover sound.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. How did this come about? Why the Kye Kye sound?
Sonically, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's just what we grew up, or what our parents listened to. You know what I mean? Especially from what they grew up with. It's kind of funny, actually.
We've been coming back to that.
Yeah, we've been coming.
recently.
I stumbled onto. My dad actually found a mixtape that he used to listen to when he was like 22 years old, and when I was, or 23 or 24 when I was
Back
born.
in like the early 80s?
Yeah, early 80s, and like there's all these jams that actually, like, I haven't ever heard the mixtape, but I was listening to it, I'm like,
We're
oh
like,
my
this
gosh,
sounds
this is what I go
kind
to
of
normally, and it's kind of crazy. There's definitely influence.
Yeah.
There's influence with that and stuff. So it's just like, a lot of synth heavy stuff. So that's kind of what we generally gravitate towards.
When you're putting a song together, can you go through the roles, like who does what in the band?
Or go ahead.
Tim's the programming guru.
Yeah.
I'm more of like the melody and vocal lyrics.
Yeah.
So we kind of like, it just works out perfectly because, I mean, I'll just like sing something or I'll play something on guitar and I'll send it over to Tim or whatever. And so he'll just work on top of that. Or it'll be the other way where he kind of just has a small part of something, he'll send it over and I'll work on it. And if we both like it and we're liking where it's going, we just kind of go from that and we all just kind of play our parts and like.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff,
something.
a lot of the ideas actually start individually, and then it actually, like the more along the song comes, into fruition, then we come together and kind of refine like things and stuff like that. But it's like a lot of the beginnings of the songs actually, we don't like sit down and start jamming or something like that. It's more of an individual process, and we have our alone time and just kind of like start to express ourselves the way that we know how to best and stuff.
Yeah, cool. Okay, do you do a lot of the songwriting, like the actual lyrics? Is that
Yes.
and what, I mean, I guess with the sound being quite different, do you find your songs are quite different? They deal with different subjects, or not really?
Wait, sorry, can you ask that a question?
Yeah, no, I'm
Sorry.
just sort of, I guess your sound is so unique and so different. Do you think your songwriting, is different because of that?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about, it's not like I'm like, this is so different. When Tim sends me something, we've been writing for so long together that like, I feel really in tune with what he's saying, like even musically a lot of the time. So when he just gives it to me, like it's, everything I write, I still could say to this day, and I've written, it's very natural. Like everything that like I listen to and what I sing, it's always like, I just let it be what it becomes because of the product of what he sends me. It's just like, I wouldn't be it without that part.
Yeah,
And
I think something that we actually talk about a lot is the collaboration process actually for us, or the biggest part of the collaboration process is actually before we even start writing music, because we actually deal and talk about a lot of the things that are, that we're interested in and passionate about, and just even our experiences like with God and how we understand God and how we deal with that and stuff, and just and everything, how we experience relationships and just everything. We're siblings and family, so we talk so much about it that I think when we even go to our individual places to start writing music, it all like, even though I start writing a song on my own, or even though Olga starts writing a song on her own, it like meets and it's like we're on the same page,
I feel like the Christian scene and the electronic thing is almost in its infancy. Now, I'm like hugely passionate about electronic music. I love it. I've been listening to it, and I DJ'd for like 12 years or something. And I know you guys are DJing.
Yeah.
Like, is it tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah. But I feel like people are still learning, and I think it's got so far to go, and it's so awesome that you guys are doing it. I mean, do you find it liberating working with electronic music, or is it just another form of music?
No,
natural.
I absolutely love it. I think, I don't know. Like I said, it might be just because of the influence from like what our parents used to listen to, but it's kind of weird to me that I guess I never took interest into even finding out what my parents used to listen to, but it's crazy to me that I gravitated towards that.
Do you think like when you were in the womb, he's just like got the mixtape and he's like, get in there?
No, it's really funny because he said that like when I was a kid, I would just sit on the couch and just like bang my head against the couch because I was so into the songs. So there's something about that there that I think definitely comes through in the music. But I'm really excited. I think that it's very fun to me to create music out of things that are not actually organic, sounds. You know what I mean? It's like electronic, like signals and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the whole idea of synths and everything, and sine waves and all that everything is just like incredible to me to be able to write and create sounds and manipulate sounds.
Listen to this sound. And you just, like,
what's the
tweak
coolest?
it and, like,
what's the coolest synth you own?
What's that?
The coolest synth.
Actually, a lot of the things.
Sorry, I'm getting really geeky now. This is for me.
That's funny. Actually, some of my favorite stuff is it's a series of synths that it's created by Rob Pop. So those are, I feel like, I love that. And for me, honestly, the thing is, I love actually taking things. I love going through even synth sounds and finding things that sound really bad. Yeah. Because it would be something that nobody else would gravitate towards, and then actually just manipulating it to the point where it turns into something awesome. Because then it's something that sounds like
that's like redemption, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel the same way sometimes. It's amazing what you can do. The whole remix idea. There's some deep stuff. Tell me about the spiritual side of Fantasize.
I think kind of just to explain that whole side of it is, for us, what Fantasize really means for this record is essentially because even when we talk about like the things that we're going through, or when we read about the things that God has said about us, like I was mentioning earlier, like there's scriptures that talk about the fact that we are a new creation, that there's something that is extremely special that has happened on the inside of us, and a lot of times I think we just assume that if we read that and just one time over or something like that's it, you know what I mean, and that it's just going to happen. And I think that we forget that a lot of times to actually to see those things come out from the inside of us, you have to actually ponder them and meditate on them and actually believe with all of your heart that that's really who you are on the inside now. And that's really what Fantasize was about for us, I think, is really basically being able to like go to that place and meditate and take the time basically to just honestly just kind of develop that relationship that now you have, you know, through what Christ has done.
So it's like a process. So it's like the
It's a
whole
process,
record's
yeah.
like it's just about a journey. Like really, it's like one of the biggest things we've realized is just like Tim said, like you never, I mean, at least for us personally, like we never got it all at once. It's just been a really big journey of like growing and learning about your thoughts and just, you know, yeah. So
That's exciting. That's cool. All right, projects, upcoming projects. What have you got on the go? Anything exciting? Is there another remix album?
There is definitely going to be another
Or
remix
EP?
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're currently trying to do a lot of video stuff.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
a few more music videos, or just kind of.
We're on tour right now. A band called Gunger.
Yeah. Epic.
We just
They're great.
all came over to New Zealand together. And,
Yeah.
so we have 2 more weeks after Parachute with Gunger. Back in the States. So
Right.
it's been really good so far.
Yeah.
So we're excited for the rest of it.
Awesome. Well, it's been so cool to have you guys here.
No.
Yeah.
Thank
It's been
you.
great. Thank you for
it
having
was
us.
awesome.
One last question.
Yeah.
Does it make it easier or harder to travel internationally being a family band?
Definitely easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
easier. Yeah. Yeah, I think traveling and touring all around for us as a family is actually easier.
Yeah.
Forgive and forget, you know. You
Yeah.
bigger, and then you're like, but then all of a sudden you're like, love you, man. You know.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Awesome. Cool. Kye Kye, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.